The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that this week the Logan family will face a psychological shock when Brooke, a strong woman who always controls everything, is diagnosed with terminal lung cancer. This sad story not only marks an important turning point in Brooke's life, but also opens up complex internal and emotional conflicts between family members. Let's review and analyze each of these shocking details in detail. Recently, Brooke began to clearly feel unusual changes in her body. The warning signs from her body are not just fatigue or stress from busy work, but also include persistent coughs and prolonged shortness of breath. At first, she thought these were just temporary symptoms due to life pressure and weather changes, so she didn't pay too much attention. However, over time, Brooke realized that her health was clearly declining, signaling a serious problem lurking. Despite the warning signs, Brooke's belief in her ability to overcome all difficulties made her complacent and hesitant to go to the hospital for a checkup. This confidence, which was part of her strong and independent personality, became a dangerous rut when she thought that everything would stabilize itself over time. It was this complacency that caused Brooke to ignore the warning symptoms, thereby delaying her treatment appointment and paving the way for the disease to progress rapidly. To reduce the severe cough and unrelenting pain, Brooke was forced to rely on painkillers. At first, this seemed like a temporary solution to help her get through the difficult moments, but in fact, this self-treatment only masked the symptoms without treating the root cause. Increasing doses of medication not only did not improve the situation, but also distracted Brooke from seeking timely medical attention, while silently making the lung cancer progress in a more dangerous direction. The climax of the story comes when one morning, while busy with work, Brooke suddenly faints at her desk. This scene is not only a clear sign that her health is declining, but also a wake-up call for everyone around. Hope, Brooke's only daughter, witnessed her mother unconscious, a shocking and tragic moment. Hope's quick and loving action in immediately taking her mother to the hospital showed her deep affection and unconcealed concern for Brooke. At the hospital, after a series of tests and examinations, the doctor gave a terrifying diagnosis: Brooke had terminal lung cancer. For Hope, this news was like a strong shock, leaving her in a state of shock and pain. Every word the doctor said was like a knife stabbing deep into her heart, forcing her to face the reality that her beloved mother did not have much time left to live. Feelings of helplessness, despair, and pain left Hope at a loss as to what to do to save the situation. When the doctor confirms that there is no effective treatment option to save Brooke, Hope is forced to face the bitter truth: her mother is about to say goodbye to this world. This is not only a spiritual loss, but also a huge shock that makes Hope wonder if she can accept the departure of her mother, who has always been by her side, who has been a solid support in her life. This decision becomes a highlight in the story that opens up thoughts about the value of family, sacrifice, and the inevitable pain of losing a loved one. In the context of Logan's family being immersed in sadness and hardship, a question is raised that makes fans curious. After hearing this shocking news, will Ridge, who has a complicated relationship with Brooke, return to her side in this difficult time? The love between Ridge and Brooke has already gone through many storms, full of emotional ups and downs and unpredictable decisions. Ridge's return not only means the revival of a once strong relationship, but also a great source of spiritual encouragement for Brooke to help her regain the strength to face this serious illness. This episode promises to be one of the dramatic highlights, making the audience unable to take their eyes off and follow every development in a tense manner. The latest revelations of the bold and the beautiful not only brought an unexpected shock to the Logan family, but also raised countless questions about the future of family relationships. Brooke's subjectivity in taking care of her own health led to an inevitable tragedy, thereby opening up complex emotional puzzles between mother and child as well as between Brooke and Ridge. Will Ridge return to share the burden, or will things go in another tragic direction? Only time will tell, but it is certain that the upcoming tense and touching moments will make fans unable to take their eyes off the screen. As soon as the news of Brooke's terminal illness spread, Ridge did not hesitate to choose his heart over his head. He decided to stay by Brooke's side and take care of her wholeheartedly, despite all the prohibitions from those around him. This choice not only showed deep affection, but also showed that Ridge understood the value of the remaining moments with the person he loved. He witnessed every pain, every moment of weakness of Brooke, and through that he realized that nothing is more precious than time with a loved one when fate has predetermined the inevitable steps. Although Ridge decided to join hands to face the challenge, Hope could not accept that her mother had to suffer alone. Steffi became even more worried when she sensed that Brooke and her mother might be playing tricks to distract, aiming to attract Ridge back. In her mind, the Brooke family's actions did not always come from the truth, but could be a ploy to make Ridge come back. Steffi's insecurities are fueled by her fear of losing her beloved mother and her desire to protect her from any risk of abandonment. Contrary to the suspicions and tricks that are raised, the harsh reality is that Brooke is fighting a dangerous disease. Ridge, with his boundless love, has clearly witnessed every moment of Brooke's pain. Every pain, every gasp of hers is a reminder that their time together is precious and fragile. The image of Brooke enduring pain is not only a personal tragedy, but also a manifestation of the gradual loss of vitality, making those around her feel helpless and in pain. While Ridge devotes himself to taking care of Brooke, another important piece of the family feels gradually forgotten. Taylor, who once had moments of deep attachment, is now pushed to the back burner as Ridge increasingly focuses on taking care of Brooke. As the days pass, Taylor witnesses Ridge's sacrifice for Brooke, leaving her feeling completely abandoned. This feeling not only damages her self-esteem, but also causes the family relationship to become more fractured, revealing conflicts of loyalty and sharing in difficult times. Finally, when all efforts to save her could not prolong her life, Brooke passed away in unbearable pain. This ending came as a devastating shock to her, leaving an unfillable void for her loved ones, especially Hope, the daughter who had always found comfort and strength in her mother's love. Brooke's death was not only a physical loss, but also the end of a chapter in her life, opening a deep emotional void in Hope's heart. She now faces the pain of separation along with a strong sense of loss, when the love and memories of her mother become more distant than ever. The events of this episode of The Bold and the Beautiful reaffirmed that life is never simple and easy. Even in the happiest moments, there are always painful challenges. Ridge's decision to stay by Brooke's side and care for her, despite Steffi's objections, shows the power of love and sacrifice that transcends all prejudice. At the same time, Taylor's neglect and Brooke's tragic death highlight the pain of loss that each member has to bear. For Hope, the loss of her mother is not only a personal loss, but also a turning point that forces her to face a future without the strong, gentle woman who once protected her. These emotional moments will surely resonate in the minds of fans as they wait for the next twist in the story of The Bold and the Beautiful. Each character, despite pain and loss, represents a part of the constant battle with fate, where love and sacrifice are the eternal values in the flow of time.
Oh.